Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this session of Around the Block Industry Talk with Mr. Vinod Kumar. My name is Supriya, and I am delighted to be your host for this exciting discussion. So, Around the Block aims to create a dynamic platform where founders, representatives of influential companies share their expertise and foster valuable connection. So, we are honored to have Mr. Vinod Kumar, CEO of Cypher Blockchain, with us. With over 14 years of experience, Mr. Vinod excels in transforming data into actionable insights for strategic decision making. He has worked at industry giants like IBM, Microsoft, Amazon, Accenture, and showcasing his ability to navigate complex technical landscapes, particularly in blockchain. At Cypher Blockchain, Vinod focus on technology research, business intelligence, strategic planning, data visualization, and business operations. Vinod is also the author of the Blockchain Blueprint, Harnessing the Power of Blockchain for Global Transformation, reflecting his deep understanding of blockchain technology. Without further ado, let's dive into our session and please join Mr. Vinod Kumar. To kickstart things, sir, can you give us an overview of how Cypher Blockchain works and what its mission is? How come you started leading this company?
Mhm. First of all, thank you so much, Supriya, for hosting this particular event today. Right, I'm pretty much, I would say, I'm really honored to be on this stage with you guys, and it's good to share knowledge with upcoming generation. That's what I always believe in, giving back to the society. Talking about how exactly all this started, I have been into blockchain space since 2016, or you can say early 2017. So roughly around, you can say close to a decade that I'm here, right? Uh, it were my Accenture days wherein I was introduced to the blockchain ecosystem. And as everybody always starts, right? So everybody journey starts with investments, like investing into digital assets and all those things. So initially that was the, you can say, the journey, how it actually kick-started. But yes, that investment portfolio only lasted for around 5 months, 6 months into this particular blockchain ecosystem. And then I decided to go ahead full-fledged with the development phase. So I started building client projects, dApps. I have worked upon a number of, you can say, blockchains as well. I created one of the layer 2 for one of the client from scratches till the mainnet launch as well. Close to 20 months back, we started this particular ideation wherein we wanted to build a layer 1 out of India. And that was something like into a B2C model, like a business to customer. So that's how Cypher Blockchain came into existence. Being a gamer myself, I am moreover inclined towards, as every other male or female is, into the gaming ecosystem. But when I say gaming, right, Supriya, let's try to understand that what exactly gaming is. As a gamer myself, I believe that a person who can actually lock themselves into a room for almost 6 hours, 8 hours, like back to back to play games, those are the real gamers for me, right? And when I say gaming is something to do with hyper realistic gaming, right? Single A, double A, triple A, those types of game that you generally play on gaming consoles like PlayStations, Xboxes, or dedicated PCs. So that's what gaming is for me. So I wanted to create something around this particular ecosystem, and we wanted to add the blockchain inheritance into it. So that's how Cypher Blockchain ideation started. 20 months back, we reached out to a few of the investors. We onboarded one of the angel investor and set up a team, right? So as of now, we are 32 in total, including the gaming side as well as the blockchain side. We have already launched the alpha testnet on 6th of December last year in Bangalore. And the beta testnet was launched on 6th of April this year in New Delhi. And now everybody is working day and night for the mainnet launch. And mainnet launch is something that's going to happen in September, coming September in Singapore. So that's a gist that what's exactly is in cards right now.
Great, great. So, sir, what was the year when it was established?
Okay, for Cypher Blockchain, it was established in 2022.
Okay, okay.
To be specific, October 2022.
Okay. And currently, where is the headquarter or where are you operating from?
Okay, most of the employees are, you can say, working from the Noida headquarters. So we have our own gaming studio in Noida, Sector 2, and then the rest of the team members are remotely assigned. But to be frank, most of the employees are from India because this is something that I wanted to nurture as well, right? I wanted to give opportunity to coming generations, like talent coming out from India as well. And that's one of the reason that why we are like pro in organizing hackathons, events, and everything.
Okay, okay, great. Sir, and what inspired you for this game to be in this gaming industry, and how does your company is aiming to revolutionize hyper realistic game?
So, Supriya, to be frank, as I said, see, gaming is something that I have been passionate about like since my childhood days. I remember used to play those games like Mario, Contra, and all those things. So you can say a lot of background is there when we talk about gaming. But specifically when I talk about hyper realistic gaming and why we chose to build Cypher blockchain as a layer one blockchain from India, the reason was there was a lot of, you can say, challenges that we experienced as a gamer as well. One was that when it comes to hyper realistic gaming, there are only few studios that you can actually count on your fingers. Name it like Electronic Arts, like Activision, you have Ubisoft. So these are handful gaming studios that actually build games. And when we talk about the corporations that deals with these single A, double A, triple A level like hyper realistic games, so we only have two in the market. One is Sony Entertainment that builds PlayStations, and then we have Microsoft that builds Xboxes, right? So apart from that, we don't have a lot of market right now. Apart from you can say a small scale is tilted towards Nintendo, right? And then Steam as well when it comes to the online platforms. But yes, when we talk about hyper-realistic gaming in general, what I believe there's a lot of monopoly in the market, right? That's something that needs to be broken, right? That's what we are trying to
Hmm.
do. And the other thing is that hyper-realistic gaming is concentrated towards those people who can actually put funds while playing game. When I say put fund, that means you have to buy a gaming console, right? Let's be frank, right? You want to play a hyper realistic gaming, you need to have a gaming console like PlayStation or Xbox, or you need to spend roughly around like $1,500, 200, sorry, yeah, $1,500 to $2,000 in order to set up a customized gaming PC. What about those people who don't have access to that much of capital? See, when we talk about a country like India, wherein parents won't allow their kids to buy a gaming console for 50,000 INR, but they are pretty much okay while spending 10 lakh INR on an educational course, right? So that's a
Hmm.
harsh reality. So what about those people who have only say an i3 laptop, right? People
Hmm.
who only have say a MacBook. MacBook is something that is not being designed from a gaming per se, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
these are few of the market that nobody ever tried to tap into. So these are one thing that we are actually want to, and you can say planning to tap
Hmm.
into. Wanted these types of people as well to actually come into this particular ecosystem and enjoy the gaming environments. So yeah, so that's one of the reason why we have like the team behind Cypher Blockchain that have been working upon multiple products for Cypher Blockchain. One being the cloud gaming as well. So yes, in
Hmm.
future, what we are confident about that yes, we would be able to provide those services to the gamers, wherein a simple PC would be able to handle hyper realistic gaming storage as well.
Great. That sounds very interesting. So, sir, your company emphasizes more on empowering developers. And how does Cypher Blockchain supports developer in creating and deploying decentralized applications?
Okay, so recently, in the initial phase of this particular year, 2024, to be exact, like January 2024, wherein we started building a Cypher blockchain developer community, we have close to 290 developers. These are the, you can say, individuals who are actually working in some Web3 studios or any other, you can say, blockchain companies as well. And independently, they want to build something on Cypher blockchain. And that's how a DevRel program came into existence. So right now with this 290 people, we are expecting at least 30 to 40, 45 dApps that could be ready by September that would be deployed when the mainnet goes live. Our main focus will always be to empower these developers in terms of whatever you can say resources we can provide them, whatever type of grants we can provide them, whatever type of tech SDKs we can provide them. So yes, as we, in short, we can say yes, developer are somebody, or you can say some individuals that we are always focused upon, and we want these individuals to actually come out of that cage, can actually think outside the box, can try to build something new, something wow, and then yes, give it back to the society.
Hmm. So, sir, as you said before, majority of the developers are from India. So, are you also focused globally? Like you're trying to find people from around the world as well?
Definitely. See, when it comes to talent, right? See, if
Hmm.
you are somebody who want to nurture a talent, so a specific market cannot be your like strategic territory that you have to work inside that particular territory. So yes, Cypher Blockchain is globally focused. Our end game users would be globally entitled to come onto the ecosystem and play games. Our main focus in the initial phase will be Southeast Asia, specifically Japan and South Korean market, wherein we see a lot of gamers. But yes,
Yeah.
as an whole, Cypher Blockchain would be catering to each and every individuals around the globe.
Hmm. So, Cypher Blockchain is basically focused on gaming industry. What do you think, sir, is the future of the gaming industry? How is blockchain technology transforming this industry, transforming this sector to be particular? And what are the unique opportunities that people have?
Okay, so Supriya, let's try to take it with an example over here, right? So that would be easy for everybody to understand. Uh, let's talk about 5 years, 6 years back, right? A lot of gaming were not, you can say, talk of the town, right? Earlier. So simply people used to either go onto, you can say, a PC, play a game like a simple racing game, Call of Duty, you can say, then Need for Speed to some extent were the games that actually every individual were aware of. Then came an era of say PUBG and BGMI that actually change the whole story, right? They provide access to, you can say, not completely hyper realistic, but yes, to some extent realistic gaming onto a mobile phone itself for everybody, right? So now an individual who have say a 10,000 INR or 15,000 INR can spend 3 hours, 4 hours while playing games on his mobile phone. They don't need to spend say 50,000 INR or 1 lakh or 2 lakh to actually set up a gaming setup, right? So that's how the whole scenario has changed in the last 5 to 6 years. So yes, India is a huge market when it comes to gaming, right? Talking about stats, right now, hyper realistic gaming, specifically double A and triple A level game, is more than $230 billion market right now, right? Pretty much huge because when we say gaming, always gaming has been tagged to, you can say, a sort of hobby for everyone, right? It's not a career path for everyone to choose, right?
Correct.
Right. When we choose our career in our life, either we go for, you can say, uh, medical fields, right? We go to engineering fields, we select computer science as one of the subjects. So these are the career path that everybody choose, right? Gaming is something that everybody plays out of their own hobby, right? Own hobby. So we want individuals to actually explore new era as well, or you can say new arena as well. Right now, the gaming team that we have, those are specialized with tools like Blender, we have 3ds Max, we have Maya. So now what I have seen that people actually have those creative mind that they want to actually create something, you can say, visually appealing,
Correct.
right? The evolution of games in the last 10 years have been huge, right? What type of game that we used to see 10 years back have totally changed with the tools like Unity 3D and Unreal Engine, right? With the latest launch of Unreal Engine 5.4, it's pretty much hard to actually differentiate that what is reality and what is virtual reality, right? That sort of changes that have actually happened. So what I see going forward is that a lot of developers would be coming forward. They would be building wow games, right? These games would be put into the hand of end users like the end gamers, and a lot of the revenue generation is something that is, you can say, expected from this particular industry that can come through.
Great, sir. Give us a real scenario of what is happening right now, what happened, and what is the future. Now, moving ahead, sir, can you tell us what is the age group of people who are particularly involved in gaming, who are professional gamers?
See, specifically, if I talk about the end users, right, the end gamers who would be playing
Gamers.
by the end of the year, so anywhere between 13, 14 years to 34, 35 years is the, you can say, the main age bracket wherein we see actual gamers, right? Less than 12, 13 years are those people who have actually not, you can say, build up their mental strength to that extent that they would be able to play those hyper realistic game. And then after 30 to 35 years of age, every individual have a lot of responsibility, right? And then taking out 3 hours, 4 hours or 8 hours of their you can say daily routine to play game is not feasible as well. So yes,
Correct,
if I had to measure, that would be anywhere around like 13 years to 35 years of age bracket, wherein I actually see gamers coming into the ecosystem.
correct, correct. Sir, would you like to share any success story where Cypher Blockchain has made a significant impact?
Yeah, so as I previously mentioned that Cypher Blockchain is going ahead, that's like pro in organizing hackathon as well. I also visit a lot of colleges, universities wherein these hackathon happens. And then recently we have seen a lot of developers building around Web3, right? Around gaming, around you can say for blockchain, they are building bridges, they are building wallets. So a lot of you can say education has been there, right? A lot of people are trying to explore this particular ecosystem, and pretty much I feel happy to help them out in order to get them onboarded to Cypher. Or if they don't want to onboard as in like a full-time employee as well, we would be more than happy to help them with some grant that they can actually test out their own decentralized application. They can, because see, when there's a student, right, in their second year or third year or fourth year, they don't have a lot of access to funds, right? Not a lot of investors would be investing into a student who's actually studying in a college right now, and they don't have, you can say, a straight focus that what would be done after they pass out or get graduated. So in those arena, it's pretty much hard for them to get funding as well, and that's where Cypher Blockchain comes into picture, that we try to help them out in any type of monetary benefit and in any type of technical benefit that we can provide them to actually explore their passion.
Okay. So this is a wonderful thing that all the students should note. If you're planning for any startup, if you have any ideas, you can reach out to Mr. Vinod and you can share your ideas. You might get some funding from there. So make a note of this. Let's move ahead. So, sir, as an author of the book, The Blockchain Blueprint, Harnessing the Power of Blockchain for Global Transformation, what motivated you to write this book? And is there any key takeaways that we can right now discuss from this book?
Okay, so Supriya, actually, how exactly this particular thought came into my mind to start writing a book, even though I'm not a kind of, you can say, the front seater in a class always, right? Actually, I spent almost, you can say, 8 years, 9 years into this blockchain ecosystem, right? I have learned a lot from people around me. So there's a famous saying as well, when you think you are the smartest in a class, you are in a wrong class, right? So I got that opportunity to actually sit with industry leaders to actually learn around how exactly blockchain works, what are the use cases, what are the type of projects that can be built upon them. And all this knowledge that I have gathered into 7 years and 8 years, I wanted to give it back to the community. So last year, what I decided that, okay, I will start some classes that would be like pretty much free of cost, so there's no charge to it, and that's like open for everyone to join in. So what we do Monday to Thursday, right, Monday to Thursday, 4 days in a week, we organize 1 hour, or you can say 1 hour 30 minutes of the class. It all depends at how exactly the discussion goes, from 9 o'clock in the late night till 10:30 in the late night. And the Google Meet link gets published into different groups. Everybody comes, joins in. We pick up you can say a topic, and then we have a discussion around it. So many people actually got an inspiration to start building something around those particular topics. And that's how I decided that, okay, if we can do classes as well, why not try to publish a book wherein all the people around the globe who actually want to step into the blockchain ecosystem, but they don't have a lot of idea that how exactly things would be working out. So in simple words, I started writing a book, got it published, put it onto Amazon, and you can say that's one of my thought process, or you can say thought story of how exactly I can give it back to the society, what they have given to me in this 7 to 8 years in terms of knowledge.
Thank you so much, sir. Every student who is right now listening to Mr. Vinod, they can go and check out the book on Amazon. Moving ahead, sir, do you have any piece of advice for the aspiring gamers or blockchain entrepreneurs?
Okay, so first thing that I want to make it clear, setting up a startup is not easy. I'm not saying it's not possible, but yes, it's not easy. There would be a lot of hiccups. There would be times wherein giving up would be more easy than moving ahead, right? So those times will come in. first of all, an individual have to decide that whatever they are trying to do, is it their hobby, like out of their hobby, or is it their passion? Because what I believe, Supriya, that with time, hobby changes, right? But with time, passion does not changes. So if you have a passion to build something, or if you have a passion to create or make something, go ahead, right? First of all, try to have a set of friends around you who can actually test out your product. See, what I believe, Supriya, that it's pretty much easy to burn a VC money. It's pretty much easy, right? You can go into the market, you can raise fund, and then you can simply burn those money. It's pretty much easy. So for an individual, my advice would be try to do a bootstrap first. Bootstrap, so anybody who doesn't know, I'll try to simplify it. Bootstrap is something wherein you are risking your own money. It can be your money, it can be your families, it can be your friends and families, your relatives. So near and dear ones, in short, right? So try to have some cash flow from your own pocket, your savings, your friends, families, near and dear ones. Try to test your products into a minimum viable category, right? Minimum viable means you have like a demo version of a product, and then discuss it within your group. Try to test it out. That's how you will actually know that if your product will create a demand into the market or not, right? If you can test out your MVP product with, say, there's no need to have thousand and thousand of testers, right? You can actually test out your product with 50 or 100 odd people, and that's pretty much easy if you're a student, right? You can pick up 3 classes into your college and you can test out your project. It's pretty much easy. So with 150 testers, you can actually test out your product. If you think that yes, it will create an impact in the market, then is the best version of you to go out, seek funding from VCs, and trust me, VC would be more than happy to help individuals out if you have a burning desire to build something, right?
Correct.
See, I have been approached by many individuals from colleges as well that, sir, we want to build something, right? And we are seeking funding, right? My question, first of all, goes that, okay, what is your, you can say, the year that you're studying in? Is this a second year, third year, or fourth year, like a final year? And what you plan to do after that, right? And if somebody, or you can say a student says that, okay, after 4 years, I want to connect to this particular career path, I want to take this particular stream. In that case, what I believe that he's not passionate enough in order to build his own product, because passion is something that you won't see that if it's day or night outside, right? See, when you do a job in your life, right, it's pretty much 8 hours, 9 hours, or 10 hours of a job that you do, right? Simply in a government sector as well, it's 9 to 6 that you do. In a private sector as well, 9 hours or 10 hours of a job that you do. But when you become an entrepreneur, it's 24 into 7 into 365 days a year. So it doesn't matter if it's day or night, wherever you are located. Most of the time you would be skipping your family's birthday parties as well. You would be skipping, you can say, your meals as well. You would be skipping your sleep as well, right? So in order to become an entrepreneur, a lot of sacrifice that you have to do. But yes, it's all about the vision that an entrepreneur see. And if he can envision that, yes, after 2 years or 3 years down the line, my product would be like a wow product into the market, then why not? Go ahead, man.
Correct, correct. Totally agree, sir, with you. So, looking to the future, so what are your aspirations for Cypher Blockchain in coming 5 to 10 years from now?
Okay, so as a founder, as I said, my focus is on gaming side, but that doesn't mean that blockchain will only support gaming side. Being a layer one,
Correct.
blockchain is gonna support the decentralized finance market as well. Is gonna support logistic market as well. It's gonna support supply chain management as well, right? It's gonna
Yes,
support
correct.
RWA as well. So as a founder, my focus is upon gaming side, but yes, as I said, blockchain is gonna support each and every type of stream that it has. So yes, we do welcome all the individuals, the developers to come on board, build something that can be a real use case into the market, right? Down the line, we would be focusing more upon user acquisitions, like from August to September onwards, we would be focusing upon user acquisition when the mainnet would be near. If I talk about 20 months back to the day that we are today, and then as you are, Supriya, that what would be the plan down the line, say 5 years or 10 years down the line. So our focus will always be the same, that we want to create something that people would love to use, right? It can be game, it can be applications as well, it can be solutions as well, right? And not only talking about, you can say, individual solution, it can be enterprise solutions as well. So our focus will always be developer focus, right? As a founder, if I have to make money, I would be more than happy to make money after 3 years or 5 years down the line. I don't want to make money from the very first day, right? Ideally, that should be the focus of each and every type of founder. And if everybody is listening right now, students as well, this is a piece of advice that I will give you. If you would be thinking about money from the very first day, trust me, it won't be easy to build up your startup, right? As a founder, you have to give a lot of sacrifices, and monetary sacrifice is something that you should be always ready for, right? Try to create a plan wherein you would be earning, you can say, funds and everything, your income, money down the line, 3 years, 5 years. That's pretty much, you can say, an easy thing to take in. But yes, from the very first day, if money is something that is in your mind, most probably startup is not something that you should be going forward for.
Correct. So, sir, how can these developers or listeners connect with you and get involved in the projects?
Okay, so I'm pretty much active on LinkedIn, right? Anybody can search for me like Vinod Kumar. Just type in with blockchain, like Vinod Kumar blockchain, will get thrown to me. Pretty much responsive over LinkedIn. That's one thing, right? If somebody wants to drop an email as well, I would be more than happy to respond. The email is pretty much simple. My first name, Vinod, 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 @Cypher, CYPHER, Cypher, chain, CHAIN, chain.org, ORG. So that's like Vinod @cypherchain.org. So anything from email to LinkedIn, messages, anything you people want to reach out to me, I would be more than happy to have a response. Get ready for you.
Before wrapping up, sir, is there anything that you would like to share from
Okay,
your
so
company, from yourself, about you? Anything that you would
see,
like.
company and all those things are pretty much business, right?
Yeah.
There would be a piece of advice that I would like to give each and every individual, right? There's a lot of talent in India, and people actually fail to realize that, and that's one of the reason that we wanted to have a secure future, and that's the reason that everybody runs after like jobs and everything. I'm not saying job is bad. I have done job for almost like 15 odd years in my life. I won't say that was a wrong decision, because with job there's a lot of learning that I've got in my life. Either it's like people management, either it's like data management that I do today, right? How exactly I treat my team members. See, Supriya, when I say team, right, there's a huge difference how exactly company treat their teams. Moreover, those are an individual that these companies call employees, right? So nobody is like a slave in my own, you can say, Cypher Blockchain as a project. So everyone is equally responsible for whatever they do. They would be equally benefiting from whatever the project would be making in. So it's moreover, I treat everyone as my own family member. There's a team. There's a lot of, you can say, drawbacks that I saw in how exactly corporate market works. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to have a different type of scenario, a different type of approach while setting up my own startup. So a different mindset is pretty much necessary for anyone who's planning to start this startup. A lot of research is needed, right? Don't go in front of an investor with half knowledge, because trust me, investor will have double the knowledge that you already have, right? So in order to get prepared, research, because trust me, in our days, though we don't have access to a lot of, you can say, data over the internet, but for today's generation, there's a lot of data that's already available over the internet, right? So in order to do research, that is something that comes free of cost for everyone. That's one thing, right? Try to have people near you while setting up your own startup that you can trust, right? Financials is something that don't try to take in your own hands. This is something that I have seen in many startups that get fails, because the founder try to take financial decision in his or in her own hands, right? So for financial thing, try to hire someone, right, who has a background into financial sector, who can actually manage financials better for you. That's one thing. If you think you have a technical, you can say, technical background, and if you can find somebody who have more experience than you in terms of technology, hire them. So if you can get resources into the market who are more brighter than you, so in that case there's no shame hiring them, right? So as a founder, you have to give on a lot of things, you have to sacrifice a lot of things if you are envisioning your project to have an actual success into the market.
Absolutely correct. So, sir, thank you so much. We really appreciate the time you took out to share your experience and knowledge with our audience. Your contribution not only helped shed a light on this gaming industry, the gaming ecosystem, but also inspired many in attendance. So before we wrap up, I will drop all the details of Mr. Vinod on the screen. You can simply scan the QR and you will be redirected to his LinkedIn, all the social media site, his website, and email. Then I want you to join our ideas and me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and all the other social media. Don't forget to join our Discord community where you will meet with new like-minded developers, like-minded people, and share all the knowledge. And if you want to share any project ideas with them, you can discuss it over our Discord community. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you.